I'm so happy to get to guide you through this session. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to have a theme of letting go. Um, and we're going to kind of mention that throughout the class. And this is going to be a variety of poses and movements for you. We're going to do a little bit of work on our shoulders for some openness and some hopefully allowing some relaxation in those shoulders and neck area. We spend so much time here, right? So working on allowing some, relieving some tension in those shoulders. And so I'm so happy you're here. Thanks so much for joining me. And let's get started. If you would like to sit on your mat, we're going to start in a seated position. So you're welcome to sit directly on your mat. I'm up on a bolster, or actually, it's a blanket that's folded up. And sometimes I sit up on my blocks also. And if you have a yoga strap, you're welcome to grab that. There might be an opportunity here for you to use that if you would like. You do not have to have any of this to do this class, but it's always an option with me here. So let's get started. So find a comfortable seated position. And that can be any way with your legs. So you don't have to sit here with your legs crossed. You could have one leg in, one leg out. You could have both legs out. Whatever is comfortable for you is great. And we're going to start with some breathing and allowing ourselves just some time to kind of quiet our mind and come here to this moment here in our bodies with our spirit on the mat. So, thank you so much for being here. Settle in and let's just have our hands maybe on our knees and let's sit up nice and tall. And if you would like, close your eyes. You don't have to. If you would like to, please, you're welcome to do so. And we're going to just take a nice deep breath in and then exhale. And I enjoy my first few breaths here. Inhaling through my nose and exhaling through my mouth. It just feels so good automatically. Another deep breath in. And then one more. And now going back, finding just a normal, relaxed pace of breath. And maybe soften your eyes and notice what it feels like to simply be here, allowing your mind to let go of preconceived ideas about what this should be, allowing your mind to let go of the things that are trying to distract you and call you away, creating a moment in time for yourself in the here and now. Notice the rise and fall of your chest and your belly as your lungs and diaphragm work to give you the breath of life. Maybe soften your face, soften your shoulders. Let's take a nice deep breath in and exhale. And now maybe putting a hand on your heart, and then a hand on your belly. Maybe a little wiggle side to side, engaging the core, drawing the shoulders back, lifting the heart. Notice as you inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Notice the air as it flows in and as it flows out. And taking just a few more breaths here to bear witness to the miracle that is our breath, our lungs, the beating of our heart, the resilience of our mind, body, and spirit. Let's take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Release the hands down to the side. We're going to inhale, hands to sky, allowing those hands to gently touch, and then exhale, allowing the hands to go back down to the side. Now, my breath is unique to me. Your breath is unique to you. It is okay that you move in a way that feels good for you, in a pace that feels good for you. So we might not be in unison, and that is okay. Just simply breathe in, allow the hands to go up at your pace, and exhale, allow the hands to go down. Notice how this feels, maybe sitting up nice and tall, engaging the core, and noticing how it feels in our shoulder blades area, in our arms, in our shoulders. Deep breaths in and exhale. And one more here. And exhale. Nice. Let's take a nice deep breath in. And when we exhale, we're going to rotate to one side with those shoulders. One arm's going to go behind, one in front as you exhale. Inhale, hands to sky, lifting both hands up overhead. And then exhale, rotate opposite direction. It is okay for you to go a different direction than me. We just want to rotate one side to the other, allowing a bit of a twist here, working on kind of warming up our body as we get to moving here in our practice. One more. And then exhale. We're going to bring those hands up overhead, finding pause for just a second, kind of letting ourselves center. Let's take a nice deep breath in. And when you exhale, one hand's going to go to the earth, other hand's going to reach to the side. Inhale, both hands go to the sky. Exhale, let's go to the other side. Feeling this in our side body. It should feel really good. Inhale and then exhale. Inhale. A lifting of the heart and exhale. And one more here. Inhale. Hands to sky and exhale. Nice. We're going to bring those hands out to the side and we're going to open and close our hands. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Lifting of the chest as we inhale, exhale, maybe a rotating in of the shoulders as we're bringing those hands together in a chin to chest. Inhaling, lifting, maybe looking up to the sky. Don't put the head all the way back, just slight. Nice, lifting the chest. Exhale forward here with the chin, a little curve. Inhale and exhale. Let's do two more here. And one more. Nice. Let's place those hands palm down just above our knees here. We're going to do a little seated cat cow. So let's allow the belly to go forward as we inhale And exhale, let's curve the spine backward, maybe allowing the chin to go to the chest. Sinking in here of the shoulders. Inhale, belly goes forward. Nice big belly breath. Draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale, belly goes inward, shoulders go forward. Now, if you want to add to that, you could add those arms that we just had. So inhaling, hands go up and out. Maybe you're rotating of the palm upward, lifting of the chest, and then exhaling, bringing that belly in, inhaling, belly forward, a little rocking forward and back of that spine. Should feel really good. Let's do one more. And exhale. Nice. Let's walk our hands forward. Maybe a little wider than or even with our knees. Take a deep breath in. We're going to lift the head and chest. And then exhale, maybe allowing those elbows to go to the earth. Maybe stretching those hands out forward. Allow the head to hang. No right or wrong here. And it's kind of a little difficult to take deep breaths because our bellies are kind of squished here. That's okay. Just breathe. And sometimes in this position, I literally visualize things I'm carrying that are not mine. I let go of them and allow them to just roll off my shoulders. Let's take a deep breath in as we walk those hands back. Nice. We're going to come off the mat here, but first we're going to allow our feet a little movement here because our feet, even if they were out forward over, one in or one out, however you were sitting, we've been still in our feet. So let's bring those feet forward, maybe do some rotations with our feet in our ankles. And then maybe a little side to side here in our knees, feeling this in our hips, just a little bit of movement. Nice. And then find stillness. We're going to actually come off our seats and go into tabletop position. So if you have issues with your knees, you are welcome to roll your mat up or to get padding underneath those knees. So you could literally use a blanket like I have and allow that blanket to cushion those knees all together. Or you could actually double that up a little bit. It's a little bit thicker on this end. And then bring those knees a little bit more forward to where the little below part of your kneecap is just slightly hanging off that blanket. Okay. So no right or wrong. Choose what you would like here. Always do what feels good for you. So we're in tabletop. Also, if this does not feel well in your wrists, being flat palm, you can give yourselves a thumbs up, okay? And then allow your fists to rest nicely on the mat, okay? If that does not feel well either, you're always welcome at any time to go to your elbows and just allow the head to hang. Listen to your body and choose what's good for you. I'm going to go here with my flat palm. My fingers are going to be spread nice and wide. I like to say like a starfish because that's what it reminds me of. The tops of our feet are resting nicely on our mat. So let's do just a little rocking forward and back. Slight movement here into those wrists. Let's inhale as we go forward and exhale as we go back. It's not all the way back, just a little bit of a pulsing, almost of a rocking slightly. Okay. Nice. And now let's do a little circle. Breathe through this. A circle with the shoulders one direction, maybe 3, 4 times, and then a circle the other direction. Anchoring here into our fingers. Those fingers are not passive. They're helping us balance and stabilize. Let's curl those toes under if it's okay with you. We're going to send our weight back just a little bit. We're going to lift one hand, do a rotation here with one wrist, allow that to rest, and then the other. Nice. We're going to come back to tabletop, making sure those wrists are directly under our elbows, elbows underneath our shoulders. And let's do some cat cow here. So our belly is going to go to the earth as we inhale. Our face is going to go forward, crown of our head to the sky, tailbone lifted to the sky as we inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to draw that belly in, allow the crown of our head to go to the earth, tailbone to go to the earth. This is cat. Okay, so inhale, nice deep breaths, and then exhale. Let's do 4 more here, moving at a pace that is good for you. Again, we will not be in unison. That is okay. Should feel really good in your back. Notice how it feels here. Might be getting a little bit of warmth in our hands and our arms from stabilizing ourselves. That's great. Nice. One more. Excellent. Let's curve those toes back again. Sit back a little bit. Lift one hand up. Do a little rotation with that wrist. Should feel really good. And then the other. We're going to lift. We're actually going to go to standing here. So you can lift your hips up into downward dog and press back. You can walk those hands back, bending the knees and standing up. Or you could simply bring your hips back above those heels and literally just stand up. Any way you want to get up is great. We're going to be at the end of our mats here. Maybe a little movement in our lower body, maybe a little bit of a marching here, a little rotation in those wrists. And we're going to do a little sequence here. So, allowing our feet to be just slightly wider than our hips. We're going to have soft knees, draw the shoulder blades back, and we're going to look forward. Maybe rotate those hands out for mountain pose. A nice deep breath in here. Spread the fingers nice and wide, and we're going to really anchor here into the floor. This is a powerful pose, strong pose. Engage the muscles in your back, shoulder blades. A soft knee, but very well anchored. Positive energy, positive thoughts here. Nice. We're going to inhale, hands to sky. And we're going to exhale, allowing our hips to go back, belly button to spine. We're going to forward fold. Finding a bit of a pause here. We're going to inhale, bringing our hands up to our knees and lift. Our chest lifted here. Draw those shoulder blades together. Exhale. Hands go back down to the earth. Soft knees. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, hands go back down to your side for mountain. So let's do that one more time, okay? We're going to build a sequence here. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Soft knees, engage the spine. Lifting those hands up above the knees and lifting the chest up. And then exhale back down to the earth. Inhale, hands to sky. And then exhale back down to mountain. Again, we're going to inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold, allowing the hands to go to the earth. Inhale, hands to sky. This time we're going to bring the hands forward and we're going to sit back into chair, finding a pause. Nice. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to sky. And exhale for chair. Just want to get warmed up here. Inhale, hands to sky, a little full body movement. finding some joy and movement. Finding your breath. Exhale. Inhale, hands to sky. And then exhale, chair. Feel your strength. Feel your resilience. Let go. And if chair does not work for you, it is okay to choose mountain. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, forward fold. This time, we're going to walk those hands forward, back down to either tabletop or kneeling plank, or plank up on our toes. A couple of breaths here, wherever you're at. If you're in tabletop, lean into that plank. Big breath in. Allow yourself to be lowered nice and slow to the earth. Inhale, pressing into the hands, allowing the top of your feet to rest on the mat. Lift for cobra. Exhale, back down. Curving those toes under, pressing back up to plank, kneeling plank. And then let's go back to down dog here and then walk those hands back. Bent knee, inhale, hands to sky. Nice. Exhale, forward fold. Walk those hands out. Choose your knees. Maybe it's tabletop for you. And then into a kneeling plank. Big breath in, allowing those elbows to go back. And then we're going to lift for cobra. Choosing maybe to keep those toes curled under, engaging the glutes there, pressing into those hands back to plank or tabletop or kneeling plank. Pressing back into downward dog as we exhale. Walk those hands back, bend the knees. A little pause here, finding our balance. Inhale, hand to sky. Nice. So let's do one more. We should be nice and warm now. Exhale, forward fold. Walking those hands out. Plank, kneeling plank, or tabletop. If you're in tabletop, move to a kneeling plank. Big breath in, exhale. And then we're going to lift for cobra. And then exhale. Nice. Let's bring those hands out forward. Maybe reach them forward. And then if you have a block, you can bring that block and allow your head to rest here on the block. If you don't have a block, you can stack fist on top of fist if that feels good. If you want to be lower to the ground, palm on top of palm. And then if you're okay with your head being on the ground, just allow the head to rest nicely on the ground. Just find your breath. Notice we have some warmth built up in our body. And as we spend a moment here, simply breathing and being still after moving, it allows our body to let go of tension and to release maybe some negative energy and stress. Nice. Let's draw those hands back. Oh, doesn't it feel good? Oh, it feels so good to move our bodies in a positive way. So proud of you for being here with me and taking this time to move and to give yourself space, encouragement here. So our hands are going to be in close to our chest. We're going to press into the heel of our palm and we're going to lift our head, lift our chest off the ground, engage the glutes, draw those elbows in. Choosing to stay here. Or choosing to exhale, release, and then lift back up for a few reps if you would like, moving with your breath. Okay, so there's no right or wrong. Choose what you want. And then a lifting of higher if you would like, or finding stillness a little bit higher. So let's engage the glutes. Our feet are resting softly, but ooh, we can feel this here in our arms, a little grip in our fingertips, in our back, in our core, and in our glutes, a little bit in our hamstrings and hips. Big breath in, exhale, release. Good, let's reach those hands forward. Maybe lift the chest off the ground, pressing into those hands, maybe a little wiggle side to side. Big breath in. And again, maybe you have that block. Let's rest. Head could rest on the block, on the ground, on your hands. No right or wrong. Nice. Let's draw those hands in, and we're going to go onto our elbows, Sphinx pose. Okay, so I'm wanting to work a little bit, if you haven't noticed, into our shoulders. And I really love the tension and release. So having some movement, building up some warmth, and then the release that comes when we breathe and we relax after. So there's lots of options here for you to choose from. So make sure and listen to your body and do what feels well for you. So you could choose to stay here the whole time. I'm kind of giving a little wiggle because it feels good. So you're totally welcome to do that as well. My hands are spread nice and wide, like a starfish. And then I have a little bit of grip in those hands. We kind of take our hands for granted, don't we? And so that little bit of grip can actually build some endurance in those hands and make your hands stronger, have a little bit better grip strength. So anchoring into our elbows, and we're going to look forward here. So it's a lifting, a pressing away in the elbows into our shoulders. Now, if your shoulders are super tight, this might not feel well to be this lifted. It is okay to let go just a little bit. Hopefully, I'm not getting the hiccups here. Oh my goodness. But you can totally lift and keep that engaged or just back off a little bit. Okay. So listen to your body. If at any point you want to, you could totally just bring those elbows out and come down, take a rest, and then come back up. Okay. Options for this pose that I like to do is you could curl one toe under here, and then you could just slightly lift that knee off the ground. Okay, so our toe is curled under, we're lifted and looking forward. Our heart center is lifted forward. Our hips are on the ground, but one knee is lifted. Okay, and this engages. Notice how this feels in that side body, how it changes, how it feels in our core, all the way down into the hip and glute, the quad, the muscles around even my toe, my knee, my calf, my shin. Simple but effective. Big breath in. Release that knee to the ground. Allow the top of that foot to rest nicely. Maybe allow a chin to chest here for some relief in that shoulder. We're going to curl the other toe under. Take a deep breath in. We're going to lift the head back up, lift the heart, lift the knee, squeeze the muscle in the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads. Notice strength and engagement of the core, the side body. It's okay to release and lift if this is a little much for you. Again, listen to your body. Any kind of movement here, it's okay to allow the head to go chin to chest if it's a little much. We're almost done. Deep breath in. Exhale. Allow the top of the foot to rest nicely on the earth. Another big breath in. Allow the chin to chest. Let's engage or anchor into our palms and then rotate our elbows out. Maybe stacking palm on top of palm. Allow the crown or the forehead to rest here on those hands. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Soften the muscles in your glutes, in your back, in your shoulders. Nice. And then we're going to do it one more time. So let's draw those elbows in, spread the fingers nice and wide. Maybe start with chin to chest and a little wiggle because we have a little bit of work we've been doing up there. Just a little bit. We're going to lift the head, lift the heart. And you could choose to do a single leg or you could choose to do both legs, pressing into the toe, allowing the knees to come up off the earth. You could choose to stay here, anchoring into our fingers, our elbows, our core. It's a lifting of the head and chest. You could choose to stay here. You could lift the hips off the ground. No right or wrong. Let's do 2 more breaths. Stronger every breath. Nice. Exhale. Bring those elbows out, rotate, allow the palm to rest on top of palm. A deep breath in here before you put your head down. And then exhale through the mouth. Simply feel the muscles and ligaments here relaxing. Maybe visualizing you're something leaving your body that you've been letting bother you. Just allow it, letting it go, allowing it to leave. Nice. We're going to draw those hands back. We're going to allow our knees to go to the edges of our mat or just wider than our hips if you would like. Let's do circles with those ankles right quick. And then we're going to allow the feet to go to the earth. And we're going to press up into tabletop and we're going to go back into child's pose here. So walk those hands back just a little. Listen to your body and choose how far back you want to go. So if you have a block, you're welcome to place that block um, in the back here and allow your elbows to go to the earth. This feels really good on that lower back. Okay, so you can also place a blanket back there. Um, Anything that can kind of help you rest and not bend all the way over if that's not good for you. Please don't do it. Please adapt. Okay, let's reach those hands out forward. Maybe a little walking of the fingertips forward and allow the head to just kind of hang here a minute. And then maybe a gentle rock side to side. Take deep belly breath. And you could choose to draw those toes together or allow space between those toes. You could also have a block here and allow the head to rest on the block. You could stack fist on top of fist if you don't have a block. You could lay flat palm on top of flat palm. Choose what feels good to you. Deep breaths in. Maybe allow the head to go just to the block or on the floor. We're going to allow our hands to be almost cactus arms here out to the side in 90 degrees angle. And if you would like, you could have a block on each side and allow your head to rest on the earth here. Okay, so that's an option as well. No right or wrong. You could also rotate those hands palms up inside of our elbows to the outside of our knees. A nice deep breath in and then exhale. Another deep breath in and exhale. Nice. So we're going to bring those hands up just in front of our knees and we're going to press back up into it. Let's walk those hands forward as we come out and off our hips here. And then bring those knees in a little wider than our hips. Let's do some circles in those ankles. We're going to allow our arms to be slightly forward of our shoulders here. We're going to have one hand go out and we're going to inhale and then exhale, thread the needle through, and then we're going to sit back. You can draw those toes together or allow space between the feet and then allow the head to rotate as well. Again, it does not matter which direction. You could also have a block to allow that side of your head to rest. So our head is rotating the same direction as that arm that is threading underneath here. So choose what feels good. Just a little stretching of that shoulder blade area, upper back. Nice. Inhale, we're going to come back out of that. That hand goes to the earth. Other hand goes out to the side. Big breath in. Exhale, thread the needle, send it back, choose a block maybe for your head. You could also have a fist underneath that head if you don't have a block. And then choose how far you want to sit back. No right or wrong. Nice. We're going to press into that top hand. Inhale, come back to tabletop. Let's bring those legs, knees back underneath our hips. And we're going to bring those hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to curl those back toes under. And we're going to go back into downward dog here. Nice big inhale, lifting the hips up. Exhaling, pressing back. Oh, gentle pedal here. And I'm going to go into pigeon pose here with my leg up and underneath me. Okay, we're going to work a little bit on our hips and our legs here. If that does not feel good to you, you can always go onto your back and do reverse pigeon. I will show that to you in just a second. If you know you don't want to have that leg up and underneath you, go ahead and rotate onto your back into a seated position and lay down. If you're here with me, we're going to lift, if it's okay with you, a foot up off the ground, and you could just bring this leg forward, or you could lift it up to the sky for three-legged dog. Big breath in. Exhale, swinging it up and under. Our weight was in our hands there, right? We're going to lift the back toe, allow the top of the back foot to rest nicely. And I kind of like to sink in and back here. We're up on our hands, lifted. Big breath in and look forward. Good. Choosing what you want for yourself. You could stay here, okay? You could bring these blocks over and go to your elbows, okay, if it's not good for your wrists. And that could be any height here, okay? So, any of these, if you have issues with your wrists, this is great too, okay? Lifting of the head, lifting of the chest. Notice how it feels in that side body. Okay, if you're on your back, I'll show you real quick. Everybody else, stay there. You're simply going to have one leg extended and other leg is going to be drawn in here. This is cradle the baby or reverse pigeon here. Okay, so choosing to be here if you're on your back. Oh, it feels so good. Okay, so here in a pigeon, we're gonna maybe go to our elbows and we're gonna maybe listen to your body, a gentle rock to the outside or movement to the outside. Now, be very careful and listen. It feels really good for me to just have a little bit of shift of weight here. Some people can go all the way over and allow the outside of that quad to rest on the ground. And if you can, great. If you can't, that's okay. Find what is restful, what is relaxing to you. We're just wanting to stretch that leg. If you're in reverse pigeon and you're on your back, that same thing is to gently maybe cross body draw and just draw it in. So we're going to release, move that knee maybe in towards your chest and then draw it in, okay? Or maybe a little outside of your chest and then draw it in, okay? Just exploring those muscles in that hip and how it feels. All right. We're going to put those hands back down. We're going to lift the head and chest. We're going to anchor in that back foot, anchor in our hands as well. Lift that knee off the ground. Press into the hands and lift the hips up and bring that leg that's up underneath you out from underneath you. Let's find some pedals into downward dog. Breathe here. And choosing if you want to lift that foot and just drawing it under or lift it up for three-legged dog. Inhale, exhale, draw it up and under. Again, options for staying on your hands, maybe going to your elbows, maybe going all the way down, allowing the head to rest. If you're on your back, go ahead and switch legs, okay, for that reverse pigeon. And maybe enjoy a little rocking very carefully side to side, or maybe a slow, gentle move to the outside here. There's no right or wrong, and if this does not feel good, please listen to your body. We all have different things within our body that are unique to us. And it's so important to listen to our body, to never feel any pressure to move in a certain way. This should never hurt, okay? It should feel good. Nice. If you're here with your hands on the mat in pigeon, we're going to shift our weight all the way over to the side, sit on our bottom, and swing those legs out in front, okay? So those of you are in reverse pigeon, we're going to be joining you on your back. Our knees are going to go up to the sky here. Our feet are going to be anchored here to the earth. And we want to take a few minutes, especially those that were up on our hands with our head lifted. Just take a couple of breaths here to just get used to being here on the floor, on the mat, laying down, okay? It is okay to take our time, just to allow our body to settle in here. Maybe doing some circles with our wrists and then allowing those hands to go out to the side or on either side of your rib cage. Nice. Let's draw one knee in. Our hand's going to go behind the crook of our knee, and then the other hand behind the other crook of the other knee. And we're going to do a gentle rock side to side, massaging that lower back, breathing. Nice. Let's draw the toes back and then point the toes away. Maybe some circles here in those ankle and feet. It should feel really good. Again, draw the knees back and then draw them away. A little wiggle. Ooh, my elbow just popped. This should feel really nice in that lower back. Okay. We're going to allow the legs to go to the earth. We're going to do a little work in bridge, getting those glutes again here for just a little bit. So maybe walking those heels a little close into those glutes. We're going to anchor into those feet, and our hands are going to be out to the side, just down by our hips, okay, a little outside of the hips. We're going to press into the heel and the bottom of your feet, okay, and lift the hips up as we inhale and exhale. Allow the hips to go down, okay. Inhale, hips to sky. Exhale, lower back to the earth, okay? Anchoring into those feet and exhale. One more. We're squeezing the glutes on that lift, and with every breath we take, it's higher still into those hips, all right? Okay, one more here. Lift, nice deep breath, and exhale. Good. Let's do a little wiggle windshield wiper with those knees. Massaging those hips and lower back again. And now we're just going to lift and hold that bridge. Okay, so we're going to lift up and maybe reach up and under. Maybe it's a wrist to palm. Maybe you like to interlink your hands here, whatever feels good. Or you could just allow the hands to rest out to the side. We're going to lift the hips to the sky, squeeze the glutes, anchoring into here our feet and finding our balance. So choose what you would like to do. If you want to add a little more, maybe it's wrist, palm to wrist here and a scenting away of the palm. Feels really good in those shoulders, outside of my biceps. Lift, lift, lift the hips. Find your breath. One more deep breath. And exhale. Release the hands if they're there. Deep breath in and release the lower back and hips to the earth. Nice. Let's draw those knees into chest. Your hands could go behind or they could go to your shins on the outside if it's okay with your knees. Gentle rock side to side. Mm, nice. Let's do some circles with those ankles again. Always feels good. We're going to inhale, sending the knees away. Exhale, drawing the knees in. Let's allow those knees to go to the outside of our shoulders. Exhale, sending the knees away. I'm sorry, inhale, sending the knees away. Exhale, outside of our shoulders. Good. One more. Nice. Let's allow the feet to go all the way to the earth. And let's bring one foot maybe in a little to the center body. And then we're going to cross a leg over the other. Again, it doesn't matter which side. You choose which to cross over. Mm. And maybe it feels good just to be here, right? Maybe a little rock side to side here just feels really nice and relaxing. It is okay to stay here, all right? Take some deep breaths. Maybe it feels good to lift here and allowing your hands to go behind, okay? If you have your strap, you could wrap that strap around uh, around the back of the leg here and using your hands to hold that in. Okay, so that's a nice use of the strap. You could stay here the whole time, or You could allow those hands to go to the ankle, drawing those hands in here. Maybe pointing the toes to the ceiling and pointing them away. Maybe stillness feels good. Maybe it feels good to wrap those hands around the outside of those feet and then drawing them in, allowing the shoulders to rest. Any of these positions is great. Listen to your body. Choose what feels good to you. Big breath in. Release the hands and allow the feet to go to the earth. We're going to uncross the one leg from the other and we're going to cross the other side. Okay. So, again, choosing maybe to put that strap here, choosing to hold those hands here. Maybe it feels good to put it here on the outside of those shins. Maybe it feels good to go all the way here to the feet. No right or wrong. Deep breaths. Deep breath in. And exhale, release. We're going to bring those knees into chest. Send the feet up to the sky. And here, draw the toes down to the face. Now, you could choose to stay here with your hands behind. We're going to do a little legs up the wall. Okay. Or you could release those hands. You could also use your strap here, wrapping that strap around the ball of your foot. I like to wrap my strap around my wrists. That allows my hands to just kind of relax. So there's no right or wrong here. You could do this hands free. You could use your strap. We just want those legs to be up towards the sky. Take some nice, relaxing, normal breaths here. This is really good for our lymphatic system. We're getting close to the end of our practice here. Let's do 2 more breaths. Nice. Let's draw those knees into our chest, hands behind. And then allow those feet to go to the earth. We're going to extend our legs out to the end of our mats. Rotate here, those feet out to the side. Maybe a little wiggle in those hips. Hands can rest nicely here on your rib cage. We're going to do a little bit of relaxation meditation here. And let's close our eyes. Soften your breath. Your breath here is just a natural, normal, everyday type of breath. Allowing our body to settle into the mat. Notice the rise and fall, the curve of your body, the places where your body is in contact with your mat, and the places where there's space. Notice the air as it moves around the room. Notice the rise and fall of your rib cage and your belly as you breathe. And let's take a nice deep breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to do nothing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Nice deep breath in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. I'm sorry. Hold that breath for 4, 3, and exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Do nothing for 4. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that breath. And while you're holding this breath, think of something you're holding on to. You need to let go of. And when you exhale for 4, allow it to let go. Do nothing at the bottom. One more time. Big, deep breath in for 4. Biggest breath you've taken all day. Hold that breath for 4. Exhale for 4. And then go back to your normal pace of breath. Allowing your hands to maybe rotate palm up out to the side of your body. Finding softness here in our breath, the kind that takes no effort. Softness in our fingers, in our toes. Allowing softness, gentleness. And with our mind's eye, allowing our mind to draw its attention to our feet, our ankles, our toes, our calves, and our shins, and asking for those parts of our body to relax. Allowing our mind's eye to notice any tension in our calves, our shins, our knees, our quads, our hamstrings, glutes, and hips, our whole lower body, from our waist all the way down to the tips of our toes. Just take a deep breath in. And when you exhale, allow relaxation in those parts of your body. Allowing our mind's eye to notice and sense our hands, our fingers, our wrists, all the way up to our shoulders, our upper and lower back, our upper and lower abdomen, our chest. Take a deep breath in. And when you exhale, allow those parts of your body to find peace and relaxation. And now, drawing your mind's eye to your forehead, allowing the creases, if there are any, in your forehead to be released and relaxed. Softness in the corners of our eye, softness in our jaw, softness in the corners of our lips, maybe some space between our teeth. Take a deep breath in. And when you exhale, let go of any tension in your body. Allow the mind to be released from thought and find peace in spirit. Let's take a deep breath in. Maybe wiggle our toes, maybe some circles with our ankles, wiggling our hands. Oh, we just want to stay there forever, don't we? It feels so good. We're going to draw one knee up to chest and then the other, not to chest, to sky. Our soles of our feet are going to be on the mat. Let's do a little rotation here, windshield wiper move. In our knees. We're going to rotate to the side. Go into side sleeping position. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to press into that hand, and then we're going to come to a seated position. Take your time, relax. It's okay. Any seated position is great, no right or wrong. Take a deep breath. Nice. Let's inhale, hands to sky. Allow those hands to come together. As you exhale, draw them down to heart center. Again, nice big inhale. And then allow the hands to come down to center. One more big deep breath in. And then one more big deep exhale. Finding pause here. Maybe interlacing the last three fingers. Allow the elbows to come in close to your body. Maybe allowing your head to rest. And allowing space for some gentle thoughts of encouragement for yourself. Big breath in. Exhale, release the hands down. Maybe walk those hands forward one last time here and allow your head to just hang and let go. Allow whatever's bothering you to roll off your back. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you feel better than you did an hour ago. I appreciate you being here.